It has been a season to remember in Red Raider country, a season in which not much has gone wrong. A season that has produced an offensive backfield that will dwell in the minds of many a Red Raider fan for years to come. It has been a season where the names Fauché, Morrell, David, Rush, and Rochford have put fear in the hearts of many a defensive foe. It has been a season in which an offensive line, many a time resembling heavy equipment, moving earth so a road could go through, has intimidated many a defensive line. A season in which a coach dreams of during his career. These gladiators, these students, these athletes continue their quest for the ultimate, the perfect season. We're talking with 12th-year coach Tony D'Agostino. A big weekend here. It's Hall of Fame weekend, Tony, and many people have said that this is one of the best Massena teams that's come along lately.
Well, I don't know, what the answer to that question is right now. The kids have been working very hard since August 13th, and hard work is the key to anything that you do, no matter what it is that you're doing in life. Whether this is the best team that we've had in years, I can't answer that question for you. They can.
Well, we take a look at this team, and it has one of the most awesome running attacks that I've seen in a long time here in the NAC, and that's what everybody's talking about right now. Maybe you'd like to talk about that.
Well, Massena always has been a ground attack type of team, and I firmly believe that you win the majority of your ball games by running the ball. You got to be able to mix a run and the pass, and I understand that more as I get older. But I still think if you've got a strong ground attack and can pick up those first downs and keep moving that ball up and down the field, you're going to keep the ball away from your opponents. Whereas if you have a tendency of throwing the ball all the time, some things bad can happen there, like interceptions.
Well, you take a look at this Governor team that you're coming up against this weekend, and Gordon Griffith, the quarterback for Governor, has had more or less a passing game than anything else this season. He hasn't gone too much with the run, but his passing attack has been quite something. How do you plan to defend against that?
Well, we're not going to try to get fancy. We're not going to try to do anything out of the norm. We're going to play our good, solid base defense and hope that it's enough. If we can get some pressure on him from up front and get good coverage in that secondary, hopefully he won't have the success that he's had in the past.
Now, nothing would please you more than to win this big game this weekend on Hall of Fame weekend.
You want to win every ball game that you play if you can, and certainly this one is, it's probably a little bit bigger than the other ones that you play. But every game that a Massena athlete plays is a big ball game because teams from outside always want to beat Massena when they see that red uniform on them, no matter what the sport is.
Okay, Coach, we thank you very much for taking time out from your busy schedule here in practice to talk with us.
You're more than welcome.
Tony D'Agostino, coach of the Massena Red Raiders. Sean Fauché joining me now. Sean, you're currently third in rushing right now in the league. You tallied up quite a few yards in last week's game. A lot of people are wondering what your plans are for after high school right now. You plan on going on to college?
Right now, yeah, I'd like to go play in college, but I have really no idea where I want to play. I was even thinking of going to prep school, but in the future right now, I have no clue.
You really basically want to concentrate on the end of the season, basically, here in Red Raiders football.
Yeah, right now that's what we're thinking. We're taking it one game at a time, and after the season, maybe I'll think about what I'm going to do, but right now I have no clue.
Well, we take a look at the season, Sean. We'll get back to that now. Your front line, your offensive line, has done one heck of a job to open up some great holes for you fellas this season.
Yeah, what's good about them is they think and they're talking, and so when something doesn't go right, they go back and they figure out what's wrong, and they go out and they make the holes for us, and that's just great, and that's give us backs the opportunity to eat up the yardage that we've been getting the game. So a lot of our stats are because of them, and we got to give all the credit to them guys.
Now, looking at this game this coming week, it's not going to be a real easy task about going against the St. Lawrence Larrys. They are really up for this game, but you fellas are even up for this game as well, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, we're all up for this game. The thing about St. Lawrence is they're always playing us tough. I can remember when I was a sophomore and they played us here, I think we had to go into overtime to beat them, but they always play Massena tough, and all the guys are up, and I know that it's going to be tough here, but I think we can come out on top. We just got to stay together and focus.
Now, Sean, you're coming off an injury from last season that pretty well put you out of the tail end of last year, almost the whole, well, pretty much 3/4 of the season. You've done a great job in coming back from that, and by watching you run, you wouldn't even notice that injury even occurred.
On the field, I don't even think about it. That's the least of my worries. I just go out to play, and the knee doesn't, I don't even think about it.
Well, you definitely don't look like you ever had any injury at all out there.
Thanks. It was hard for me last year when I went out after that. It was the first play in that third game, and then after that, I just sat on the sideline. It was so frustrating, so I had to come back, so I pushed myself.
And definitely it's got to be hard to sit on the sideline and watch your team play.
It's so hard, just sitting there knowing that these guys are out there busting their butts, and you can't do nothing about it. You just sit there and watch it, and that was so frustrating for me. So.
Well, Sean, thank you very much for taking time out from practice to come and talk with us here.
Thanks a lot.
Sean Fauché of the Massena Red Raiders.
Well, Massena always has been a ground attack type of team, and by running the ball, well, Massena always has been a ground attack type of team, and
I'm with Coach Tony DiAgostino of the Massena Red Raiders. Coach, going into this game, a big game right here. I noticed a couple of weeks ago you were over, you had a big win down in Watertown, and then you kind of took your day off on a Saturday to come over and take a look at St. Lawrence Central. You must be pretty interested in this team.
well, you try to get as many looks at teams as possible, teams that you've got to play down in the future, see what they're doing. Maybe from week to week they might be doing something different on you, and the more looks you can get at them, the better it's going to be for you. And this isn't a 5-day-a-week job.
Now, you take a look at the St. Lawrence Larry's team going into this matchup. This is not really, if you look at it, a 3-2 team as they set right now.
No, you know what? Beginning of the season, when they pulled the coaches to see who we thought was going to be one of the tougher teams this year, I had said that St. Lawrence Central was going to be a team to be reckoned with. I think Timmy Hayes does a very good job with them out there, and he's got 2 able assistants that are working with him.
Now, Chris Ward has, as I mentioned to Coach Nicola, he occasionally, and quite a bit, I should say, puts the ball up in the air. He likes to put the ball up. This is one of the things you're probably going to have to watch out for.
Well, it's nothing new to us. You know, we've had to tend with that all year long, and we know that the capability for them to throw the ball is there, and they do like to put the ball in the air. But they've also got some nice running backs there, and they complement each other very well. So we've got to be ready for both aspects of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to try to let Morrow or Chateau get out of the box if they can.
Well, we hope not. If we can help it, we're not going to let them out.
Well, okay, Coach, we wish you the best of luck in today's game. It's an important game for you. I'm sure you'd like to continue this winning trend that you're on right now at 5-0.
We certainly would, and we hope we can.
Okay, Coach Tony DiAgostino of the Massena Red Raiders. I'm with Coach Nicola, the defensive coach of the Massena Red Raiders. And, Coach, going into this weekend's game, probably one of the biggest threats on the St. Lawrence Larry's team that you're going to have to defend against is Jeremy Collette. He's currently second in the passing department right now in the NAC. How are you going to take a look at that?
Well, we got to take a look at him. He's a big threat, but he's not the only threat. I think the biggest threat to us right now is their balanced offense. You know, we've taken a look. We've seen them 3 times, and the pass-run balance is pretty good. But as far as defensing just one person, that's not how we plan a defense. You know, we'll play our normal coverages, and we just hope that we get a pretty good pass rush. You know, the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and we're focusing right now on a couple of things that we're going to do up front to get us a little bit better pass rush.
Now, I noticed the St. Lawrence squad doesn't stick with one set of plays. They're not really a running team. They're not really a passing team. They don't really follow much of a pattern, do they?
Well, they've shown us some different formations. We're looking at an option, and we've played the option very, very well this year. Governor didn't have much success running the option. We defensed the option very well in Watertown, and Ogdensburg ran some option, and we played it pretty well.
Now, Ward has been able to get loose and get some passes off. You'd probably be keying on him just a little bit.
Well, what we've got to do is a good job of containing. In our scheme of things, there's somebody who's responsible for contain all the time, and we'd like to keep him in the pocket if we can.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking time out of your schedule here before you get started with practice to talk with us today on today's game.
Yeah, this is a big one for us. We're excited about it, and I'm sure they are too.
There's definitely playoff implications here, isn't there?
Well, yes, I think for them, you know, probably more so for them. But you know, we want to maintain that #1 spot, home field advantage all the way through. You know, it's nice not to have to get on that bus.
No, that's very true. Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Coach Nicola, the defensive coach of the Massena Red Raiders. I'm with P.J. Rochford, the quarterback of the Massena Red Raiders. And, P.J., one of the things I definitely wanted to ask you from a personal standpoint of view is you're leading in the passing department, something that was kind of unheard of back in the beginning of the season, considering mainly this is a running team at Massena.
Yeah, it is. That's probably why I'm leading in passing, because we don't pass very much.
I noticed your percentage is good. It's right around 63%, and that's darn good. We watched you in one game here earlier on against Governor. You went 3 for 3 in that game in the passing department.
Yeah, I had a great offensive line that game for the Hall of Fame game, and Bobby Flynn came up with some good catches, and Mike Martin also.
Now, you've had quite a backfield to work with this season. You've got to be pretty proud of that.
Yeah, we have. We've got, from what I see right now, all Northerns all the way through.
And you've had plenty of protection on that front line this season.
Oh, definitely. I could stay back there for all weekend, I guess. It's been tremendous offensive line this year.
Now, looking ahead past high school, do you have plans to go to college and play football there?
I'm looking at all sports, I guess. Any place that I can go, I'd like to play at. Football would be one of my sports that I would definitely like to play.
Well, you're definitely a good one out there, and I want to thank you very much for taking time out to talk with us here. You've had quite a season, and I'm sure you're going to make the All-North team. I'm pretty sure of that, and you're definitely a good one. We wish you the best of luck in your future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The 1994 Massena Red Raider football team, a season of champions. You've just seen some excerpts from some of the starts of some of the important games that the Red Raiders played in this past, definitely tough season for the Red Raiders. But they went on to 11-1 record. Now let's take a look at the season of champions.
For the quarterback in the backfield, David Rush, and the give is to Corey David. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Shea and David. Rushford calling signals to give to Austin Rush. Rush off the right side. Touchdown, Massena. On the left side, there's a give to Fauché. Fauché around the end. One missed tackle, two missed tackles, and Fauché's in for the touchdown as the Huskies had 3 missed tackles on the play.
Well, they're in the full tee.
Let's give it to Corey David off the right side, over the right tackles. Coach for a full house backfield now for Massena. Coach for gives the rush. Rush over the right side, inside for the touchdown. Touchdown once, but Massena recovered, obviously. They give to Corey David in motion. David over the left side, and he'll get to the touchdown. First down here. 2:53 to go. They give to Morrill in motion. Morrill over the right side. He's going to head his steam, and he'll go in for the touchdown. In motion is Mike Dion. Mock drops the pass. He's looking for Lincoln on the left side. It is caught by Lincoln. Inside, touchdown, Massena. A 35-yard touchdown pass from James Mock to Matt Lincoln.
Mike Barton with a beautiful catch there as he was fully extended when he caught that ball. Now Sean Fauché in for the touchdown.
Still have 8 minutes before the end of the half.
P.J. Rochford looks over the line now. Breaking away, it's Sean Fauché going for a touchdown. Sean Fauché broke probably 2 or 3 tackles that time. Down, or check that first down as the Red Raiders pick up a first down this time. Austin Rush goes in motion. Rochford looking deep downfield. Bobby Flynn gets behind the secondary. Flynn is going to go all the way for a Red Raider touchdown. Huh? Rashford, now the give is around the left end, and this is Corey David. David's all alone. He's going to go in for a touchdown.
Corey David getting to the far sideline, right down the sideline.
And the Red Raiders. Rashford, now the give. Let's see, it is a touchdown. State tournament at that time, but that team, an outstanding team, and a lot of guys who went on to play college hockey. Red Raiders down the right sideline and going towards the end zone, and it is a touchdown for Massena.
Now the Red Raiders are
on everybody's progress in this game. Red Raiders on the end run, and it's Austin Rush in for a touchdown.
Nice run by Austin Rush there.
Look at, they put everybody in tight on this alignment, and they give us to Sean Fauché, and he breaks his way into the end zone for a Red Raider touchdown.
And a big touchdown for him, and if you'll watch, you've got a good ticket for tonight.
There you see the ball resting on about the 1 yard line. Austin Rush, the ball carrier's in for a touchdown, and the Red Raiders lead.
The Red Raiders on the move.
Rochford, the hand is to Fauché. He is in for a touchdown. Red Raiders.
Second steal.
Well, some schools may definitely be looking at him, no doubt. Jim Morrell gets around the tackle of Bill Jones.
Sensational field position right now.
They start at the 19-yard line. Red Raiders with a little misdirection. The throw is in the end zone. It's a touchdown. Bobby Flynn. There you go, look at Bobby Flynn. Jeremy Collette with a big game against Watertown, as he had, I believe, 2 interceptions in that game. This is Austin Rush. Hops into the end zone. Again. Rush goes in motion. The give is to Bressard. Mike Bressard's in for a touchdown. Mike Bressard.
And yet another different name into the end zone for the Massena Red Raiders.
St. Lawrence Central Learys give up the ball on downs, and the Red Raiders with a football, still on his feet. Sean Fauché, he breaks a tackle. Fauché gets away from Collette, still on his feet. Fauché, now with only Bill Jones to beat, in for a touchdown for the Massena Central Red Raiders. Before halftime, 7-0 our score. Jim Morrell, the ball carrier, bounces off a couple of tackles. He's in for a touchdown. Hampered his offensive play of late. Sean Fauché just continuing to move those feet, and he's in for a Massena Central Red Raiders. If they can stop the Red Raiders here.
And if they do, it'll be something that a lot of teams haven't been able to do.
That's for sure. And the Red Raiders, the give us to Fauché. He's in for a touchdown.
Sean Fauché, big touchdown for the Red Raiders.
Mike Bressard is on to attempt the extra point. That could put the Red Raiders in the lead, but they fake, and Bressard has a man all alone, and it is a 2-point conversion. Hey, taking care of Nate Goodale over there as Goodale tried to make the tackle. Red Raiders have a first down in deep. It's Fauché with a ball. Fauché still on his feet, and he drags a Governor player over the goal line. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Big.
Tony DeAgostino with congratulations for Austin Rush a moment ago. Bressard's kick is up. It is good. 8-6.
Well, a great drive by the Massena Red Raiders, and all on that fumble recovery, or excuse me, the interception.
10 championship with a 15-12 victory over the Governor Wildcats in a pretty good football game here this evening, Jamie.
Well, it has been a long but a very prosperous season for the Massena Red Raiders. And Coach Tony DeAgostino has got to be very, very happy. He has done an excellent job this season with this Red Raider team and the players meeting out there. And I'm sure the Red Raiders are saying, boy, this is definitely a different Wildcat team that was here than that was here the last time during the Hall of Fame game.
But what hurt the Wildcats the first time, Jamie, 6 turnovers in the first game, bit them again here tonight. 2 turnovers, and they turned into 2 Red Raider touchdowns.
Well, you won't get an argument from me, Chip. That's exactly the way it was. And turnovers do not win you ball games when you pile them up.
Credit the Massena Central Red Raiders, a good football team, takes advantages of another team's mistakes, and that's exactly what Massena did here this evening. Sean Fauché with both rushing touchdowns for the Massena Central Red Raiders. And Sean Fauché, a guy who we've heard about all season long, another great rushing night here tonight. He had over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. There you go, look at Mike Bresser, who had an outstanding season for the Massena Central Red Raiders. So the Red Raiders, there's Jamie Mock.
And they go on to play a tough Peru Indian team who will not be just another day in the park to them, I'm sure. But for right now, Chip, has been an outstanding season for these Red Raiders. A perfect season here in both postseason play for them so far and a perfect season league-wise. A great season, and I'm sure that this will be a season that many Massena Red Raider senior graduate will remember, and Massena Central High School and its alumni in general. They won't forget it for a long time to come.
An outstanding crowd on hand once again here at Mike Nicholas Field. Tony D'Agostino there. You get a look at Tony as he's getting ready to talk to his football team and let them know that he is very happy with their efforts and that they are going to be continuing to play football here in 1994. So that will just about wrap it up from Mike Nicholas Field. The Massena Central Red Raiders, the Section 10 champions. And there you get a look at that happy group of Red Raider football players as they will play Peru next week in sectional play.
And onto that ball, basically, and they're going with a sure thing, Sean Fauché. And they've gone with him the last couple of times here.
Red Raiders have attempting to do what they've done all season long, and that's run that football. Sean Fauché breaks through. Fauché, he's in the clear.
He may be off to the races, Chip.
Sean Fauché looking around. He is in for a Red Raider touchdown.
What a way with the NAC, but Massena trying to turn that around today.
P.J. Rochford to Mike Bressert. Bressert's in for a touchdown, and the Red Raiders have tied this football game.
Big touchdown for the Red Raiders, and I know that's exactly what they wanted to do, is even the score before they headed for that locker room, and if they can get more on the board, I'm sure they're going to try with a minute 41 remaining.
Sprinkles once again. Boy, you can't ask for much more, though, for a November afternoon in football. Mike Bressert in for the Red Raider touchdown.
And the Red Raiders had... I'll tell you something, boy, their running game has come alive here.
Mike Bressert with his second rushing touchdown of this football game and his fourth now on the season. Here we'll get a look at it again.
Let's watch it once again. Rochford gives to Bressert. Down the pipe. Nice spin move right there and gets into the end zone. Good spinning move right there, Chip.
Here's now lead it.
Full house backfield. They're going for two.
Austin Rush. The ball carry here, he is in for the two-point conversion. Seconds left in this football game. And that will do it. The Massena Central Red Raiders run onto the field. They are victorious. And the Massena Central Red Raiders will advance in the New York State Class B playoffs. They will be the first team from Section 10 to do that since 1990 as they defeat the Peru Indians, who have defeated Section 10 teams the last two seasons. Tony D'Agostino congratulating Sean Fauché and a couple of other teammates, and now
well, one thing
both teams shaking hands. Go ahead.
Well, the one thing on this game, Chip, that I wanted to point out was this. The Massena secondary rose to the occasion about three-quarters of the way through that first half and then came on in that second half and did a great job of containing that passing game of the Peru Indians. And my hat is off to all of them and the coaching staff of this Massena Red Raiders squad. They did an excellent job in that secondary.
And the Red Raiders, once as we mentioned, there you get a look at Alzi Nicola.
And of course that
Very
running game of the Massena Red Raiders, did that ever come alive here at the end? And they chewed up a lot of clock in that last quarter.
The Massena Central Red Raiders found themselves down 12-0 in this football game, but came back and scored 20 unanswered points to defeat the Peru Indians 20-12.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Shenandoah High School for state high school football action between the Massena Red Raiders and the Tigers. Rush is in the end zone on the handoff. 4th and 1 was the play, Jamie, and the handoff went to Austin Rush. Rush went around the outside and tucks it in for 6 points.
Well, Rush.
We're 3rd and 14 now for the Red Raiders. Fauché in the backfield along with, and we've got a big rush coming. Radford's hit. The catch is caught there by Morrow on the far side. Morrow's going to pick up the first down on the play, but Rochford is nailed on that play, Jamie. Down to 5 minutes to play here in our first half. Austin Rush with the carry on the far side once again. Down inside, Rush in for a touchdown.
Chad Edwards, you may have been right.
4 in the backfield. We've got Morrell and Fauché out wide. The Red Raiders, the handoff to Morrell, and he's in the end zone. Red Raiders pick up another touchdown. Big hole opened up there by the Red Raiders, Jamie, and the good handoff to Morrell, and he was able to go straight up the middle and go straight through the hole, almost untouched there, and the Red Raiders pick up another touchdown here.
Oh, what a great
The celebration and the shaking of the hands between the Hudson Falls, rather, Tigers and the Massena Red Raiders. So the Massena Red Raiders take this victory tonight, 18-14. What a game.
Well, I'll tell you something. The Tigers came back strong there at the end, Chad. They went with the Phillips. I was waiting for that one play, that one real fancy play when we were at commercial. Remember, I came to you and I said, something fancy is going to happen here. The Tigers tried it here right at the end. It didn't pan out. The Red Raiders defense rose to the occasion big time right there because if they'd have completed that pass, I think the Tigers would have had a touchdown. But great playing by both teams and a great game.
So the Red Raiders will advance on, and Jamie, this is the first Section 10 team to advance this far in the state tournament. The Massena Red Raiders had the ultimate season. Divisional champions, Section 10 champions, North Country Super Bowl champions, and the first team in North Country history to advance past the first round of the New York State Class B football championships by defeating the Hudson Falls Tigers. Massena was handed their first loss of the season by Yorktown in the semifinals of the New York State Football Championships. Massena had a season to remember, a season for the younger kids to dream about in the years to come. All of us at Edwards Productions Television would like to say that we are proud to have given the most in-depth television coverage of any NAC football team in the history to the Massena Red Raiders. We are proud of your accomplishments, your good sportsmanship, and your never-say-die attitudes. But most of all, for the class act that you really are. Congratulations, and once again, best of luck to the 1994 Massena Red Raiders.